You are listening to DJ Jim Lionheart on Those Were the Days podcast radio show.
What's it like outside today? The sun is shining, so I will say it's Sugar Rush Radio. Hey, hey, hey! It's 29 degrees today. Oh no. I am James, Prince of Additives and defender of the secrets of Castle Nostalgia. This is Creasy, my fearless friend. Useless secret powers were revealed to me the day I ate a bucket of Skittles. By the power of podcasts, I have the Sugar Rush. Creasy became the mighty Funkster, and I became DJ Jim Lionheart, the most hyperactive DJ in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. Our friend, a flying saucer, men at work, and that old drunk guy at the bus depot. Together we defend 80s nostalgia from the evil forces of social media. Hi, I'm DJ Jim Lionheart. You're listening to Sugar Rush Radio here on Those Were the Days podcast radio show, where we cover all pop culture from the 20th century. On this episode, I will be focusing on the music and talents of Haim Saban and Shuki Levy. Did I pronounce those names correctly? Only time will tell. They produced a lot, and I mean a lot. In fact, most of the 80s cartoons for boys and girls, and also supplied songs for pop artists and a few songs that pop up on movie soundtracks. So stay tuned to this channel for more information on them. Today's episode, though, part 1, will specialize in the action cartoons. I guess you could say the boys cartoons, but I don't like to think of it like that. I like to think of it just as the action cartoons, because I know a lot of girls love them too. So with no further ado, here is one of those cartoons that bridge the gap.
I am Adora, He-Man's twin sister and defender of the Crystal Castle. This is Spirit, my beloved steed. Fabulous secrets were revealed to me the day I held aloft my sword and said, "For the honor of Grayskull!" I am She-Ra! Only a few others share this secret. Among them are Light Hope, Madame Raz, and Cowl. Together, we and my friends of the Great Rebellion strive to free Etheria from the evil forces of Hordak.
Say, can anybody tell me why the Mask action figures were so expensive anyway? What was the deal with that? The only one I could afford to get was the Mantra or whatever it was called. I'll try and drop in a picture right here. And that was only because the toy shop was closing down. We're having a sale on Everything Must Go sale. Oh, that was a bittersweet day. Everything was dirt cheap, but it was so sad to see that toy shop go. Toy and Hobby in Birkenhead for all you Merseysiders. Shout out to my Northwest peeps.
Roll 'em! You can make the bad guys better. Roll 'em in the battle! Wheel Warriors! We'll change the fighting machine.
All vehicles in the Wheel Warriors collection are sold separately. Some parts not for use with some toys. New from Mattel. Watch out! Beast Walker is coming. Can Trailblazer stop him? The Ultimate Basket coming soon.
Thundering across the stars to save the universe from the monster minds. Jace searches for his father to unite the magic root and lead his Lightning League to victory over the changing form of Sawboss. Wheeled warriors explode into battle. Lightning strikes.
There's a power that comes from deep inside of you. It's every day reaching toward the light. And you know there's a long way ahead of you. But when your wheels get you there, things will turn out right. Just keep on turning, don't stop rolling. The fire is on. Wheel warrior, metal drums burning, wheels moving, wheel warrior. Come take a chance, keep on turning, don't stop rolling. The fire is on. Wheel warrior, metal drums burning, wheels moving, wheel warrior. Wheel warrior.
Hey there, thanks for listening to Those Were the Days radio show with your host DJ Jim Lionheart here, providing you with another Sugar Rush Radio. And this time we are doing the theme of Shuki Levy and Haim Saban, no idea. And their songs for practically every single action cartoon you can think of in the 80s and early 90s. There's my phone, bling, bling, bling. And stick around to the end of the episode where I do a rant about Jace and the Wheeled Warriors. It's a loving rant, and if you don't like it, don't listen to it.
From now on, like your parents were, you are the secret force of pole position.
They're moving real fast, they're the only ones who can get there
Dan.
on time.
Okay, sis.
And never too far behind, they are always fighting crime.
Stop time,
Undercover
Dan.
and
Ready when you are,
facing
Rhodey.
adventure in the danger zone. Pretty soon they'll be off on a mission.
Hydrofoil mode, Rhodey.
Hydrofoil engaged, Dan.
What's behind
Wheels, hovercraft, quick!
What's behind this control? Only there are the knows. Just sit back and watch them go. Help, 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 help.
Hyperdrives, hyperspace, hyperactive thyroids, and hyperactive kids on Hyper Sugar in the Hyper 1980s. Hi, I'm Hyper Jim, DJ Jim Lionheart, on Sugar Rush Radio here on Those Were the Days radio show with more obnoxious voices in the afternoon. Well, folks, we've only scratched the surface of the Haim Saban Shuki Levy legacy, but be sure to know that there will be more investigation of those guys in future episodes. I will leave you today on this episode with a couple more tracks that are not Saban and Levy, but they are very much of that ilk of the power rock theme tune. Ow! Wipe out!
Zachary Fox is about to become a powerful weapon against the forces of evil in outer space. My wife, my family, I've got to find them. With powerful thunderbolts launched from his bionic arm, Zachary will lead the Galaxy Rangers into explosive adventures. Doc Hartford, computer specialist.
Yeah, I am ready.
Doc fights for what's right and can find what's wrong in the most unusual computers.
I'll just take this little chip. Keep up the good work, Clyde.
Nico, a Galaxy Ranger with a special talent.
The human race faces grave dangers from beyond the stars.
The alien treasure isn't here. This I gotta see.
Wait, Doc.
Amplified by her brain implant, her powers give her brilliant images of the past and the future.
Holy guacamole! You first.
The Goose, the fastest gun in space.
Rangers, stand by for action. Our time has come.
Shane Gooseman, a military experiment gone astray. The Goose is a fearless mercenary who has found his place with the Galaxy Rangers.
We're in trouble!
I hear you. I'm on my way.
A genetic chameleon man. When the Goose's system is charged, his defenses evolve almost instantly to protect him against hostile environments.
Nobody messes with my dolphins.
What a human!
In 2086, two peaceful aliens journeyed to Earth, seeking our help. In return, they gave us the plans for our first hyperdrive, allowing mankind to open the doors to the stars. We have assembled a team of unique individuals to protect Earth and our allies, courageous pioneers committed to the highest ideals of justice and dedicated to preserving law and order across the new frontier. These are the adventures of the Galaxy Rangers.
Okay, guys, welcome to the end of the episode, the bonus track, if you will, where if you're not interested in Jason the Wheeled Warriors, you can cut off now, go to the next episode. But if you're a fan of 80s cartoons and you want to listen to my thoughts on it, well, stay tuned. Yeah, I wanted to talk about Jason the Wheeled Warriors. It didn't seem like important enough to make an entire episode about it, although I suppose we could do one day. I just wanted to talk about it. I bought it recently on DVD from Mill Creek Entertainment. Queasy knows them very well. Any of you fans, any of you nerd geeks out there who buy your B-movies and so on, you'll know Mill Creek Entertainment. They're famous for selling their B-movie packs and things. So they got their hands on the rights to this to distribute it, and they've put it in a very slim package. But it's good because it's the complete series. It's dirt cheap. The packaging, no comment. But you get a digital version of it, which is really cool, I think. So it's cheap and cheerful, really. The quality of the picture is not good, but you get what you pay for. It's a bit of a shame, but I've never been one of those obsessed with HD and 4K and all that jazz. I like my cartoons a little bit grainy, but to be honest, I think you could probably just watch it on YouTube. I think most of the episodes are on YouTube for free. The sad thing about this show, I'll say, is that there is no conclusion, which is a real downer, because there are so many TV shows that don't get a conclusion, which is really annoying when the premise is about finding something or saving someone, or it's that type of fugitive, or like the Hulk or something. I think the Hulk also never got concluded. It's a real shame. We could do a whole episode on those, and I'm sure we will. There you go, Queasy. Make a note of that. We'll talk about that in the next episode. Right, so onwards to Jim's thoughts about Jason the Wheeled Warriors. Okay, so I loved all those Saga cartoons where there was this big arc mission that they had to do. The Mysterious Cities of Gold, they had to find the Cities of Gold, and Dogtanian, and what else? Ulysses 31, which did actually get a conclusion, which is nice. I think, pretty sure it did. Yeah, if I remember rightly. There was a whole spate of those long-running sagas in the 80s in cartoon form, and yeah, I always have fond memories of this show. And the way I remembered it was this: there's a young teenage boy called Jace, and he's leading his Lightning League, and he's got a little robot friend, like all good teenagers in space do, and he's got a sort of the handsome, self-obsessed friend, the Han Solo / Mad Mardigan. Is that right? Is that his name? From Willow. So it's a cross between Han Solo and Willow guy. And then there's the wizard, and then there's a little girl or a little kid, like Bobby from Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, there's always going to be like a little kid. Then I remember it being the wizard was somehow related to the father who went missing, right? I remember that. I remember the father had created a plant. The plant turned evil, turned against him, kind of like Little Shop of Horrors or something. And the plant guy, I thought, kidnapped the father, locked him up or something in a kind of, I don't know, well, whatever, locked him up. And they were trying to hunt him down. And I thought the little girl was the granddaughter of the wizard or something like that. And I guess the Han Solo guy I thought was hired by the dad as well. No, totally wrong. So, never really understand what the connection is between Jace and the wizard and the little girl, in fact. I'm sure somebody does know out there, and I've missed it, but please let me know at our Instagram page. You can DM me at those WT days. Get in touch and tell me if you know the answer to this. But it's just the most bonkers piece of premise, right? Okay, I get it. It's the 80s. They've made this toy line. They've got a bunch of battle vehicles, right? There's a good set of battle vehicles called the Lightning League, and they're white and beige and gold, and they've got lasers on and stuff. Cool. And you can take the lasers off and you can put them on other things. You can switch around the weapons. Okay, very good. And then the bad guys are black and purple and green, and their motif is they're vehicles, right? But get this, they're a plant hybrid. They're a mutant plant hybrid with machines. Okay. So just that pitch alone for the toys is bonkers, right? I don't know how that got greenlit. Okay, but then they've got to have the task of making a cartoon to sell it, right? But they made the toys first. So you don't get any action figures of this show, which is a real shame. They have like tiny little driver figures. You can go and watch this story on Toy Galaxy. He does a much better job than I ever will, but I'll give you my take on it, right? Why this is nuts. Let me just have a sip of whiskey here. Okay. So let's look at this, right? Thundering across the stars to save the universe from the monster minds. Jace searches for his father to unite the magic root and lead his Lightning League to victory over the changing form of Zarbaz. As a kid, I always thought the villain's name was Zarbaz. Really cool name. Zarborz, I thought. No, his name is Sawboss. Oh, okay. Yes, I see. So that buzzsaw at the back of the logo, that's because of Sawboss. Sawboss, the leader of the plant men, the monster minds, has a saw when he changes into a car. He doesn't have one when he's in sort of humanoid form, but when he changes into a car, he chooses a saw as his weapon. Okay. Again, I don't know where the machine element comes into it. Jace's father, Auric, I think his name is, was trying to create plants, a plant that reproduced itself to stop hunger, right? Really good idea. But unfortunately, the solar flare mutated the plant, and the plant turned on its creator. Okay, sure, okay, got that. That happens. I can get behind that, but where does it mutates into a monster? Okay, sounds fair enough. And he's walking around. He's a monster. He's sentient being. He's intelligent. But then he can mutate into... Well, first of all, he can reproduce on his own. He can create life. He can create other monster mind men, right? And then each one of those monster mind men can turn into a machine, into a battle vehicle with metal and computer parts. And you can see like the steering wheel inside them. And you think, well, what's the point of that? What's the point of a steering wheel when you can move yourself? In fact, why not just... Couldn't you just turn into like a sort of organic car? I mean, why do you need to turn into a car at all? Why not just be a monster and just can't you just run fast or something? Yeah, it's just weird. It's really weird. Anyway. Oh, why am I thinking about it so much? This is what we do here on Those Are the Days. That's right, Creasy, I'm pulling you down with me and taking you with me. Wheeled warriors explode into battle. Lightning strikes. Okay. Yeah, so there is this on the back of the DVD. It explains it a little bit better. Jace's father is forced to flee from his accidental creations, Sawboss, and his band of ruthless mutated plant life called the Monster Minds. Then that sentence ends abruptly. Now it's up to Jace, joined by the valiant Lightning League, to reunite with his father and combine the two halves of the magic root amulet. Yeah, that plot point is almost invisible. If you blink, you'll miss that completely. It never really gets explained why there's two halves of the amulet. I've yet to understand what the magic root is, and why it even exists, and why it can stop Sawboss and his army forever. By the way, I didn't remember this part from the show. I remembered that there was like this he lived in this magic fortress, right? Which looks kind of like a cross between the Terradome from Ninja Turtles and the castle from Krull, the 80s fantasy film. I'd forgotten that castle that he lives in can teleport across the universe to any destination he likes, right? It can teleport across any destination to anywhere he wants in the galaxy, as far as I can see. Well, I think when you've got that power, it's pretty much a checkmate, isn't it, really? I mean, and in one of the episodes, the Lightning League land on another planet, and it turns out that this Sawboss has already taken over the galaxy in a sort of, Star Wars Empire fashion. They run the entire galaxy already, and it's like, in the space of what time? The guy gets created in day one, and then in a month's time, they run the galaxy. So, I just don't understand why the father ran away. If Jace has one half of the amulet, why not just run to Jace and then combine the amulets together? It's totally bonkers nuts. Where did the girl come from? She's made from plants as well. And I thought she was just the granddaughter. No, she's actually made from magical plants. She looks human because why not? Probably the magician had a hand in that. But now I'm helping the writers. And then the little robot guy, is he a robot? Is he an alien in a suit? He looks like a knight in shining armor. He's got a long lance. He's got a magical lance, a 6-foot lance. That's handy, isn't it? Hey, get in the car. Can't. Why not? Got a 6-foot lance. Oh, what's it for? It's a magical lance. Okay, can you do anything with it? Not really. I'm a coward. Okay, great. Not really. Not good, guys. Sounds like I hate the show. I don't hate the show. It's well animated enough for its day. And I love the Haim Saban Shuki Levy, which is why it's in this episode. But it's bonkers nuts. It makes no sense whatsoever, and it doesn't get concluded. What a shame. Oh, and did I mention that the little girl rides around on a giant flying fish? Yeah. So there you go. And why are they called the Lightning League? You may ask. You may well ask. Apparently there was a good force that used to battle evil, much like the Jedi, I suppose. And only the wizard remembers it, and he gives a magic ring to Jace so that he now must lead the Lightning League. Oh, okay, great. The Lightning League is what? A little cowardly robot, a girl made of plants, and a juggernaut, like a guy who owns a spaceship that transports cargo across the spaceship, who they conned into the adventure, by the way. The poor guy makes his living from shipping stuff across the galaxy. They con him into it. They trick him into it. They never pay him. They never seem to get. He never does get any money, and it's just bonkers nuts. All right, well, that's been my 15-minute kind of review / retrospective / rant about Jace and the Wheeled Warriors. Thank you for listening. If you've bothered to listen to the end of this episode, I'll leave you with a song or a track or something. And that's been my conversation, and those were the days.